Hey everyone, how are you doing? Thank you for coming. So we are going over the movie that y'all did actually pick out for me in round one, and the movie is called The Darkest Minds. I'm actually going to pull up a picture for y'all, so give me a second. So this is the movie. There we go. So y'all can hear see. It's called The Darkest Minds. We're gonna do a little review on it. And then after that, you know, I wanna make sure that y'all like try to go see it. The Darkest Mind is a older movie. I forgot to put down when it came out. But I do have a summary for y'all so that it's not too long. So, The Darkest Minds. When teens mysteriously develop powerful new abilities, they are declared a threat by the government and detained. One of the most powerful young people is Ruby. She escapes from her camp to join a group of runaways who are seeking a safe haven. Portrayed by adults in power, this newfound family realizes running away is not enough. They must use their powers collectively to wage a resistance and take back their future. The main characters in this is Lamb Lamb Stewart. He is color blue. He has force and the ability to um also control some weather. Not all, but if you go watch it, you can see it. Ruby, and my bad, sorry. Lamb is played by Harris Dixon. Ruby Daly. Her character is the person who, you know, um Ruby Daly, sorry y'all. Is played by Amantley Steinberg. Her color is orange. She has the ability of mind control and she can erase herself. Chubbs, whose name is Charlie, was played by Skyn Brooks. He is colored green because he's smart. And then Zoo, which is ZU, her character is played by Maya. I'm not going to try to pronounce her last name, but I will have it listed for y'all in a description. But she is yellow. Her ability is electric. And then we have Clancy Gray, played by Patrick Gibson. His color is orange and he's also evil. And then we have Kate, which her character is played by Mandy Moore. In the beginning of this movie, the government basically says if your child has these tendencies or effects, that you need to basically call the CDC and let them know. So Ruby basically tells her mom, "Hey mom, I promise that I don't have these tendencies. I'll always be with you." And that's what she tells her parents. Little does she know that she actually did erase herself from their memories so that they wouldn't have to actually remember her. and go through all that pain. And when she wakes up, she says, Mom, it's me, it's me. And she's like, Who are you? Who let you in? Who are your parents? And they lock her in the garage, and the CDC comes and picks her up because the CDC is scared of children. And they put them through this torture. And when she goes in there, she's able to control the doctor's mind. Cause he's like, You're orange, and she's like, No, I'm green. And her eyes light up. And he's like, Well, we can fix this, and she controls his mind. So where he's like, Yes, you're orange. No, he says, Yes, you're green. My bad. And this lady who is Cat, they what happens is there's one of these guards, and this guard's like, Look at me, and she's like, We're not supposed to look at you. And he gets mad, and one of the other greens basically is like, this is how you're supposed to like tie the shoe thing. And he's like, okay, now we need to perform this test. And it's these loud sounds, and she passes out. Well, Kate basically is there to save her. And getting out, she was able like to control the other guard's mind because they know that she's gone. Well, Kate is like, hey, I'm gonna hand you off to my other friend. He's gonna take you, and you're gonna be safe. Well, she remembers this guy who she's about to hand her off to because I'm guessing he used to work there. And he's like, hey, here's some clothes, soap, water. And it was this abandoned gas station. And he's like, the water still does work, just don't drink it. Well, this is where Zoo comes in. Zoo turns on the electricity, and she takes off running, and she meets Lamb and Chubbs. And even with them, she tries to run. She's like, I'm not here for long. I'm going to try to get back to my parents. She's like, what? He's like, what do you mean? He's like, they're scared of us. Like, parents, like, we're a family. Sum it up, at the end of this movie, she basically erases herself from Lang's memory because, um, she's like, how about you take me instead of Lamb? So she goes in there and he tells her his story, and she erases herself from his memory. The movie is good, but it's also a sad movie. Y'all might shed some tears, but once again, the movie is called The Darkest Minds. I wound up crying, especially at the end. Y'all probably might ask, where does Clayton come in? So they arrive at this camp supposed to be, it's ran by kids, and Clayton is basically supposed to be showing Ruby how to control her mind. Basically trying to like show her how like to control her powers. Clayton was trying to basically, get it in with Ruby, and Ruby was like, no, like, stop, like, no, no, like, we're not gonna do this. And she told Lamb, and she's like, I just want to go. And since she already showed Clayton how she erased herself from her family's memory, he's like, the only thing I have to do, Ruby, is erase the bad memories that we had, and everything else will be fine. Well, that didn't happen at all. Um, and he's like, now that I know how to control you. So at the end of the movie, Clayton is still alive. Um, there is no part two. I already looked. But this is off of a book series, so I didn't know this. So, The Darkest Minds is actually played up off of a book series which I will try to find, and when I do, I will try to read it myself to y'all. But it is a good movie. Be aware that you will start to shed some tears, because it's also a sad movie. So that kind of sums up for y'all when it gets down to Darkest Minds. I do want you to actually go watch it for yourselves, and tell me what you think. Next week we are going to do Batman, the four movie set. We're doing that week after week after week, just so that y'all don't get overwhelmed with Batman. I did enjoy this movie. If I'm gonna rate it, I would rate it a 10 out of 10, in my opinion. But I want y'all to go watch. So I love you. Please go watch this movie if you have it. If you have it or need to go find it, I believe it's available on Hulu or some streaming apps. But I encourage the ones who have read the book to watch the movie. So that's my review right now. Thank y'all for watching. And I will catch y'all tomorrow for Wake Up with Q and Reality TV and Let's Talk Reality TV with Q. Also, pre-workouts with Q as well. So I'll catch y'all then. Bye.